Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I'm making potato salad. This is a recipe that I have had for years and it's really easy to make. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. Okay, what you need is potatoes, celery, onions, and eggs. And the first thing I'm going to be doing is boiling the potatoes until they're soft, and then I'll peel them and cube them up. The celery I'm going to dice up. The onions I will dice. The eggs are going to be hard boiled, and that's all we need for the first part. Okay, I got the potatoes going and they are fork tender and they've split, as you can see. So I'm going to be taking these off the stove and submerging them in very cold water so that I can peel them. Okay, I've got the eggs in cold water, and I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to let it cook for 1 minute. Then I'll turn off the heat, leave the lid on, and let it sit for 10 minutes and then rinse it in cold water. And when I make eggs that way, they turn out perfect every time. Okay, I got the potatoes cooling, and once they're able to be touched without burning myself, I'll be peeling them and dicing those up. There's the eggs all hard boiled, and I'm going to put those in the refrigerator so that they get nice and cool before I chop those up. And there's 2 stalks of celery all minced and a medium onion minced. And once everything cools down, we can get started getting this ready to get done. Okay, we also need Miracle Whip or mayonnaise. By now you guys know I really prefer Miracle Whip. Onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt and pepper, all to taste. I honestly do not measure the Miracle Whip because you never know how much you're going to need to cover however many potatoes you decide to use. Everything else is just to taste. Okay, I have all the potatoes peeled and the eggs are peeled. I've got my large bowl sitting there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop this up, and it's not diced, or I mean I could make it really pretty, but I don't have any desire to do that. And I'm going to be using, I think, 6 eggs. We'll see. And this is what I mean by just cutting them up instead of dicing them. It actually takes less time to do it this way, and I always like the texture. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the eggs, and I'm going to reserve 1 egg for the topping, and I'm just going to slice that thin. That you can see how pretty that yolk turns out from the way I cooked it. And they always turn out like that. You never have that green outside to the yolk. Okay, and once I get all 5 of the eggs cut up, I'll be mixing it up with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip and spices, and we'll finish it up from there. Okay, I have all the potatoes and the eggs chopped, and they're all in a large bowl, and this is the minced celery. I actually chopped up 2 ribs of celery, and I am going to use it all. And you don't have to. I do just because I love the taste of celery. But you can see I minced them kind of tiny. I don't want them to take over. It's not for a soup. And this is a medium onion, kind of medium to small. And I minced that up nice and tiny too. Because if you make the cuts too big, it has a tendency to take over the flavor when you're trying to eat it. Okay, and like I said, I don't measure. I just put in what I need, and then after this is made and you let it chill, the mayonnaise, Miracle Whip, has a tendency to absorb into the potatoes, so chances are you'll have to be adding more. But that looks like it's about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup, and I'll keep adding more as I need it. And once I get this mixed in, then I'll put the onion salt or onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper in, and then dust it with paprika. Okay, I've pretty much got the Miracle Whip mixed in, and I mean there's a lot in there, but like I said, after it has sat in the fridge for a while and chilled, the Miracle Whip will be absorbed by the potatoes. So I'm just going to add some onion powder. And a little garlic powder. And I'm going to lightly dust this with paprika and then probably add a little more after it's all stirred up. I don't usually put very much salt and pepper on my food because I like the idea of the family being able to add what they like. Me, I can't get enough salt, and I've always been like that. My son, and my husband doesn't eat this, so. Okay, what I'm going to do, now that it's all mixed up, is cover this with plastic, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a few hours, and that way all of the flavors will blend together. And that extra egg that I told you about, I've had this for more years than I can count. And this is probably one of the very few times that I'll use it is to make garnishes. And I just put the little egg in there. And now I have slices to go on the top of the potato salad. And when I covered the bowl, I use these, they're called cover-ups, and I get these at the Dollar Tree. And these are like little shower caps, and they fit right over the bowl. And they come in for 3 different sizes. And this is the large. Okay, we'll be back in about an hour. Okay, it's been just about an hour. And it doesn't look like too much of the mayonnaise has been absorbed. I think I did good. Okay. Now the only thing left to do is to garnish it, and I'll be able to serve it. And sprinkle it lightly with a little paprika to give it a little color. And that's ready to go. Okay, it's ready to be plated. And I've probably made this recipe for, since I was a teenager. This is something that my mom taught me how to make. Although she used Hellmann's mayonnaise, I like Miracle Whip, but... And I'm going to give it a little salt because I love my salt. And we're going to give it a taste. Oh, that's amazing. It doesn't need anything else. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. And happy creating, everyone. Mmm.